Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm gonna talk about my experience in Lyft and this guy. I still, I still know, I still have his number by the way, but I'm not gonna share it. So basically, I used to work in Planned Parenthood, and one time they asked me to go to Kendall, and I said sure, so I went to Kendall, and after that it was raining, so I didn't want to get the bus, so I got the lift home. And this guy shows up in this little odd car that I don't know how you qualify for Lyft because one of the belts were broken and one of the seats were also broken. So Lyft has really low standards in that way. Anyway, meanwhile, I was going home. He started to flirt with me in an odd manner. Yes, odd manner. He was just telling me like things that are inappropriate to say to a person. He was always referring me as she and her, so I assumed he didn't know I was trans, but I didn't like tell them because of my safety. So uh, it was at the beginning of the trip as well, so I couldn't like just avoid it. So he was asking me so many questions about like, oh, what if you were single? Would you date me, or would you like do this? Or can we meet outside Lyft? Can I have your number? Everything like that. The most oddly question he asked me all the way home was if I could go in the front. And I said no repeatedly a lot because one, I didn't want to sit in the front. And second, I felt safe in the back. For some odd reason, I'd rather be in the back seat than in the front seat. So he started to like drive really, really slow, like extra slow. Um, he actually um, he actually canceled my ride and memorized the address and put it in Google Maps. So I didn't pay for that. It was free. It was free. And he took me home, so that was good. But I was panicking because at that time I didn't have the lift up to send SOS if I needed because it was cancelled. So there was no trip happening. So he would take other roads that would take longer than what Lyft expected. And he was just talking and he wanted, like, he asked me for a kiss. I said no repeatedly so many times. Um, he actually said that I looked really beautiful. Um, he wanted to treat me like a queen. I said no. Eventually we got to my place and he said if he can come in, and I said no because my partner is in the house. Um, he knew I had a partner from the beginning because I mentioned it, but he totally ignored it. So what I did is open the car door, and instead of walking to my house, I went to the neighbors. I knocked at the door, and I went in and explained my situation. 2 days later, I received this text message that only he will know. And he texted me something like, hey Melinda, I'm here. I don't remember if you remember me, but I'm your Uber driver that picked you up from this destination. I was wondering if you're free for coffee or anything. I'll pick you up. Don't worry about it. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I have plans today and no. So yeah, it was kind of weird. He persisted for a month or two and then he left me alone. And yes, I got the police involved. And yes, they did an investigation, but eventually led to anything because he wasn't harassing me, he wasn't stalking me, but he was stalking me via text and Facebook. So it was kind of freaky that I couldn't do anything legally because he wasn't presently stalking me. And I saw the text message, but obviously, if there's no contact with me, it's considered, um, like just in and out messages. But if he acted in his actions, then that would be different. Hopefully, luckily for me, he didn't. he left me alone, and I haven't received any other text from them for a while, and hopefully I never will. I'm not gonna mention the name of this person for legal reasons. But yes, my conclusion is whenever you get in a lift, make sure that the guy, if he starts flirting, to have a backup contact just in case. And if he tries to make a move on you, you tell them no. And if they refuse and they do something else, then you have type before this happens and send it to your contact, because you can save yourself, but you need to do it before it escalates. So please be safe in Lyft, because most of the Lyft drivers are safe, but there's always that 1% that aren't. So please be careful out there, be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.